The plan was to go to Ras Lanuf and help defend Ras Lanuf. Then Ras Lanuf fell. So then the plan was to go to Brega. So we went to do recon to familiarize ourselves with the layout of the city. You know, I don't have a memory of exactly what happened the day we were doing recon. I was hit in the head. I lost memory of my last memory is something that occurred a little bit before we were captured, I think. But this is about 4 feet by 7 feet long. Maybe that's 10 feet high. It was absolutely horrible. Just this skylight here to look up. And that's the only light in the cell, and any light that came in through a tiny window in the door. Nobody told me what I was accused of, if I would ever be released. I just, like I didn't exist. Journalist is a label that the media created for me. When I was captured in Libya, they came and they talked to my family. They said, "What does he do?" My family said he was shooting films. And then a reporter just said, "Oh, journalist." Once one used it, others started using it. You know, it was news to me that I was a journalist really when I escaped from prison and I heard this. I was actually horrified that it had been reported that way. Prisoners were escaping one day. I escaped with them. We ran from the prison. A little over a week later, I returned to the front lines.
From the beginning of this revolution, now you are Libyan. Because you supported Libya for 6 months, so you are Libyan now.
Thank you.
Welcome to our help.
So I'd seen some shocking things, but I hadn't been in combat before. So the first time I actually experienced war was in the war. You know, these two wars, Libya and Syria, are probably the most filmed wars in history. Fighters are constantly with a gun in one hand and a cell phone camera in the other. And they upload it, and you know, they mobilize people off it, they recruit people off the footage. I've seen live streams of video coming from homes in other cities that are under attack. Fighting in a war and filming a war is now the way it'll be forever. When you have fighters filming, images get out on the internet that wouldn't get out normally. Because especially the American press sanitizes war to almost a video game level. It's not like the movies. So it's constantly just this sound, it's like pew, pew, just like that, all day. Now you don't duck, you don't take cover anymore until you hear it hit something nearby. Nori, glad you moved the Jeep from over there. I didn't always want to make films. I thought that filmmaking is something I would do as a retirement job. I initially got my degree with the intention of working for the CIA. So that's why I got a degree in Middle East Security Studies. You know, that was a dream I had. It was a long, long time ago. I got through the employment process and went to Langley, met my future coworkers. Was doing pretty well in the process, and then I had a problem with the polygraph because I would just get too nervous. I told the truth, but it's really a stress test, and I was too stressed because my entire future in my mind hinged on passing this one test. So then it was rescheduled, and then there was a blizzard, and then I guess deadlines passed, and they said apply again in a year. And then the Iraq War started, and at the time, now too, I didn't agree with the Iraq War. I wasn't sure exactly what to do then. So I took a little bit of time, thought about it, and then I remembered these Albie Mengels films that I had seen a few years earlier. Albie Mengels is an Australian filmmaker. He used to travel the world by himself or with a friend, film his own adventures, and he made incredible documentaries for the time. So I was trying to basically do like Albie Mengels updated for a modern audience that had a much higher threshold for what was exciting. So I set out to make those films.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Done! Done!
You know, the Arab Spring was the intersection of, frustration with technology. Facebook and Twitter especially allowed people to mobilize on a large scale. The seeds of revolution were there, but What really watered them and got them to grow was the intersection with technology. Pretty much all the Syrian rebels are connected through Facebook, email, Twitter. You know, you can find out what's going on in Syria very quickly just by checking the Twitter feed. In addition to that, there's also the YouTube videos which allow footage to get out that the media would never play. Nobody cares about Syria after 18 months. It's as if the war hasn't been covered. The press coverage is not going to move the administration to act. They know full well what's going on in Syria. But if I can take the conflict that nobody cares about and make it palatable to an American audience, that's my goal. Trying to mainstream the Syrian revolution for an American audience, and hopefully it works.